48 hours, slamming the door. From New York, here is Dan Rather.
For many of our parents and grandparents, this is where America began. New York Harbor, where Lady Liberty raises her lamp in welcome. Here is where the idea of a great American melting pot was born. But now the melting pot may be boiling over. In the next 48 hours, an estimated 6,000 immigrants, both legal and illegal, will arrive in this country, straining our ability to handle this flood of newcomers. And now, this nation of immigrants faces a painful question. Should immigration be slowed or even stopped? It's a question more Americans are asking as they view these new arrivals with concern and even in some quarters, outrage.
My grandparents were Italian immigrants. They came to this country with literally nothing more than the clothes on their back and a dream.
Lou and Philomena Citarella were beginning to live their own American dream.
I started as a programmer analyst.
Good jobs.
And advanced my way up to project leader.
And big plans for the future. They were planning their wedding last September when their dream turned into a nightmare.
It was like a total shock.
Lou lost his job as a computer programmer.
The first feeling was that of panic. It was like, my God, what am I going to do?
AIG, American International Group, an insurance company, fired Lou and 250 other workers from 3 states and allowed the Americans to be replaced by foreigners. Most of them are from India, and most of them working for a lot less money. And guess what? It's all legal.
I would feel a lot less hostile if I had not lost my job to a foreign worker.
We went to school for these skills, and someone else come in and take them?
I feel hurt and let down.
Last September, the workers at AIG in Livingston, New Jersey, were summoned to this nearby hotel where they were told they were being let go.
We didn't get a thank you for any contribution you had made to the company. We wasn't given any options. We wasn't given anything.
And that wasn't all. The employees, like Gloria Jelks, had to train their replacements for 60 days.
We were told if we did not train them, we would not get our severance pay. How do you come to work every day, sir, and train someone for your job that you've been doing for 7 years? How do you do that?
This practice should not be permitted. It is outrageous. American workers are once again getting shafted.
U.S. Secretary of Labor, Robert Reich.
It's not that they're violating the law. They're violating the spirit of the law. They are acting in an un-American way. They are being irresponsible with regard to American workers.
How long have you been here?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
From where?
From India.
What are you doing? What kind of work?
I'm computer consultant over here.
Computer consultant. Yeah. Many of AIG's foreign workers are here on temporary work visas and by law should be on the same salary scale as the Americans they replaced. Employees say this ranges from $40,000 to $80,000. According to documents filed with the Department of Labor, many of the foreign workers are making roughly half that amount. How is it done? There's a loophole. AIG is technically not the employer. It hired a consulting firm, Sintel, who employs the foreign replacements at a lower wage.
The law should be changed, and employers, even if the law isn't changed, should not use this loophole in the law.
AIG would not talk to us on camera, but in a written statement indicated the layoff was a business decision.
AIG did not ask any of us if we would take a cut in pay, if we would pay for our own benefits. They asked us nothing. I would have took a cut in pay to keep my job.
How about the Indians who have taken these jobs, the foreigners?
Sure, they felt bad.
Yes, I do feel sorry for them.
They couldn't believe America could do this to their own people.
So if it's all perfectly legal, then why haven't the laws been changed to protect American workers? Could this be another one of those cases where Washington is to blame? Not so fast, says the Secretary of Labor.
We have had fierce resistance from the business community, and they are very powerful here in Washington, Phil. Their voices are very, very powerful. They have threatened to take us to court.
Couldn't you say specifically, if it involves the layoff of an American, You can't bring somebody in on a 747 from Bombay to take the job.
We may move in that direction. There's going to be a bitter fight through the courts, I expect, because business lobbies are going to be apoplectic.
Why did they do this?
Greed.
The problem is that they don't recognize the value of their employees. What about the experience that the person has? What about all the effort and all the toil that person put into the job and put into the company? Why doesn't that have any value?
No one knows how many Americans have been displaced. What we do know is that 42,000 of these temporary work visas were issued last year. I'd like to talk to you a little bit about your company, Sintel. We tried to talk to Bharat Desai, the president of Sintel, the company that brought in the foreign workers at AIG. Why don't you want to talk? Just last month, the Labor Department fined Sintel for willful violations of visa laws on pay. And it is recommending that Sintel be barred from hiring foreigners with these visas for 1 year. After the charges became public, Desai agreed to talk to 48 Hours. He says Sintel is appealing.
They said that we've done this on purpose. That's absolutely incorrect. It was an administrative error. As soon as we discovered the error, we started taking steps to correct it.
Desai says hiring foreigners is not a matter of money.
What we pay is the prevailing wage and a competitive wage for every geographical region where we do business.
Do you have any feeling about these Americans who lose their jobs?
I feel bad when anyone loses a job. It's frequently because their skills have not kept up to date with the marketplace.
So America is not training these highly skilled people in all these foreign countries where you're going to get people. They are. Is that right? They're better.
That's not quite my point. My point is America is not generating enough numbers of the highly skilled people that we need.
Right now it's computer programmers and computer analysts. Tomorrow it might be teachers or engineers or bus drivers or taxi drivers.
Lou is one of the lucky ones. Soon after his wedding, he started a new job. But he can't forget what happened at AIG.
It hurts very, very much. Everything that my parents ever instilled in me about this country, everything my grandparents believed in, it's not that way. The America that they thought they knew does not exist.